Bison are a symbol of the American West. These animals once faced extinction due to heavy hunting in the 1800s. Their population dropped from over 30 million to just 500. Conservation efforts and commercial farming have brought them back. Today, over 500,000 bison roam North America, with 400,000 in the United States. They support a growing industry that produces high-quality red meat. This documentary explores how bison are raised and processed to become premium meat on your table. The bison's recovery is a success story. In the 19th century, hunting for their meat and hides nearly wiped them out. By the early 20th century, only a few hundred remained. Conservation programs and ranchers stepped in to save them. Now, bison are raised on vast ranches across the U.S., contributing to a billion-dollar meat industry. Their meat is valued for its health benefits, which we'll explore later. Bison meat is different from beef. It has 3 times less fat, twice as much iron, and high levels of omega-3s, zinc, and vitamin B12. It's raised without antibiotics or growth hormones, making it a healthy choice for consumers. Ranchers work hard to maintain the quality of this meat. The process starts on the open plains and ends in processing facilities. Let's look at how bison go from birth to market. Bison live on expansive ranches where they graze on natural grasses. Their life begins with the bison rut, the mating season. Male bison compete for the right to mate by fighting with their horns and heads. The strongest male mates with multiple females, passing on traits like strength and endurance. A female bison carries her calf for 9 months and gives birth in late spring or early summer. Within minutes, the calf stands and follows its mother, showing strong survival instincts. For comparison, yaks, a related species, are raised differently. Yaks live in the Himalayas and are often bred using artificial insemination to reduce stress and improve genetics. Bison rely on natural mating, which reflects their wild nature. Bison calves grow quickly, gaining over 150 pounds in 6 months. They eat grass, hay, alfalfa, and sometimes organic protein supplements. Ranchers monitor their health closely during this time to ensure strong development. Six, modern bison ranches blend natural grazing with technology. Drones track herd movements and help distribute feed accurately. Each bison gets an electronic ear tag to monitor its growth and health. Ranchers use a steel device called a squeeze chute to hold bison still during health checks and vaccinations. This prevents injuries to both the animals and workers. Bison can weigh up to 1 ton by age 2, far larger than most cattle. Despite their size, bison form bonds with ranchers who feed and care for them regularly. This connection helps manage the herd effectively. When bison reach maturity, they are either sold at auctions or processed for meat. About 8,000 to 10,000 bison are auctioned each year in the US and Canada, with prices ranging from $3,000 to $20,000 based on age, weight, and genetics. Around 500 bison are processed daily for meat. The processing happens in controlled facilities with strict hygiene standards. Workers stun the bison, bleed the carcass, and remove the hide with precise cuts from the groin to the chest. Unlike beef processing, which uses automated systems for millions of cattle each year, bison processing relies on skilled workers. The meat is cut into parts like chuck eye, short ribs, and lean round. These cuts are valued for their low fat and bold flavor, perfect for grilling or pan searing. Bison meat is a healthy option, appealing to consumers who want quality and nutrition. Bison meat carries cultural significance. It connects diners to the American prairie and its history. Each bite reflects the bison's life on open lands. The industry supports sustainable farming while preserving the bison's legacy. As demand grows, ranchers continue to balance natural grazing with modern methods. Bison are more than food. They represent resilience and the enduring spirit of the American West. Supporting bison farming helps maintain this legacy for future generations.
Bison, like other cows, are herbivores that migrate in herds. Before Europeans migrated to the Americas, they had the largest population in the world, up to 50 million. However, this number has decreased to only 2,000 animals. Unlike the Asian buffalo, the bison has never been completely domesticated, although it is raised on large farms in the US and Canada for meat. Remaining wild bison herds are found in Yellowstone National Park, Antelope Island in Utah, Custer State Park in South Dakota, Alaska, and north central Canada. Bison have dark brown winter hair, a long mane, and light brown summer hair. Body length ranges from 6.6 to 11.5 feet. Tail length ranges from 2 to 36 inches. Height ranges from 60 to 73 inches, and average weight ranges from 701 to 2,205 pounds, up to 3,801 pounds when raised for meat. Both males and females have short, curved horns, up to 2 feet long, to help them compete for position in the herd and defend themselves. Caring for bison requires patience and expertise from ranch specialists. Bison are ruminants eating grass, leaves, roots, and bushes. Their main food is natural grass in the field and dry grass when kept in captivity. Concentrated farm provides fresh grass, straw, and hay in barns during the winter when natural food is scarce. American farmers had to spend hundreds of dollars to store enough food for bison before winter. Additionally, the bison paddocks are equipped with clean water troughs for their daily needs. Along with that, bison is regularly checked by a veterinarian and weighed on an electronic scale. Farmers gather cows into the waiting area, use feed carts to lure the cows into the barn, classify them, and put them through a hydraulic pressing system. Veterinarians perform procedures such as vaccinations, deworming, pregnancy testing, and ear tagging. This process operation system helps reduce stress, ensuring cow health and quality. It can be seen that the farm maintains this process regularly and has a plan to raise bison effectively and safely.
That old head's getting a little bit bigger.
Please like the video and ask questions if you want more information. Bison will begin their breeding season when male bison compete for mating rights with females, with the dominant male having the right to mate. After that, bison usually have a pregnancy lasting about 9 to 10 months and give birth to one calf per litter. Mother cows will feed their babies with breast milk for the first few months of life. The calf will drink mother's milk to receive all the nutrients necessary for development. Calves are usually small in size and their fur is often softer than that of adult cows. They can walk and run immediately after birth. You can see that they are very dependent on their mother in the first months of life. They often follow their mothers to find food, water, and protection from predators. They are very curious and love to explore their surroundings and often play with each other to exercise their health and social skills. During the first months, the calf's horns are relatively soft and covered by an outer layer of hair. This coat will gradually fall out as they mature. Bison will be raised on the farm until they are 2 years old and weigh about 800 to 1,200 pounds. They will then be transported to food factories to be sold for meat. Similar to other livestock species, bison are often transported to food factories by specialized trucks. They are herded by farmers into limited paths leading to trucks. The truck floor is lined with many layers of straw or sawdust to reduce friction and avoid injuring the bison during transportation. The trunk of the car also needs to be airy but closed so that cows cannot escape and still be comfortable on the way to the food factory. Due to the relatively large size of bison, each truck usually only transports about 1 to a few dozen bison to ensure enough room for them to rest during travel. If you are eager to know what will happen at the food factory, don't forget to leave comment 1 wishing the workers transport of bison a safe arrival. At the end of the transport journey, welcome to the modern food factory, where the bison will be humanely processed and hunted to become high-quality raw materials for the market. The processing of bison meat in a food factory begins with skinning the bison. Workers use Victorinox knives with semi-rigid curved blades to peel the skin. They start from the hind legs, carefully pulling the skin and scraping off the fur to avoid contaminating the meat. Once the skin was opened, they hung the cow up and cut off the hind legs. They then continue to peel the skin from the belly up to the shoulders, making sure to remove any contamination. These steps require patience and skill to keep the meat clean and unharmed. Once the skin has been completely skinned, the bison meat is inspected and ready for further processing in the food factory. The next process is to cut the bison in half along the spine, thereby separating the front and back of the animal. The former is often divided into cuts such as ribeye, chuck roasts, and shank, while the latter includes cuts such as sirloin, round, and flank. Bison are divided into 5th and 6th ribs instead of the usual 12th and 13th ribs to retain a piece of steak. The meat is then further divided into smaller pieces. Finally, the remaining parts such as the backbone and fat are processed separately to make broth or other products. The dividing process in a food factory not only ensures that the value of each cut of meat is optimized, but also helps maintain the quality and freshness of the final product. Please follow so you don't miss the latest updates and explore more interesting content with us. Don't forget to leave a comment and share your opinion so we can improve and bring you the best experience. You're looking at a meat that's been called a North American superfood bison beef. Bison beef is a red meat prized for its quality and unique flavor. It has become more popular in recent years, especially among high-end restaurants and those interested in a healthy diet. They provide a rich source of protein, iron, zinc, and B vitamins. Compared to regular beef, bison beef is typically low in fat, high in omega-3 fatty acids, and low in cholesterol. Its flavor is often described as a combination of beef and venison with a hint of natural sweetness. Similar to regular beef, bison beef is often grilled, stir-fried, stewed, etc., depending on the chef's creativity. In recent years, due to the demand for products of natural origin and good quality control, the price of bison meat has also been pushed up compared to the previous period, causing prices to fluctuate day by day. What strict requirements are there in the breeding process to make the price of bison beef higher than other types of meat? Let's join Trending Farm to visit Bison farms in the next part to understand better.
In the mountains of England, family-run pigs farms come alive with Christmas traditions that have been practiced for centuries. These pigs' farms vary in size, but are generally modest, typically running between 50 and 200 pigs per farm. These family-run operations focus on producing high-quality pork for the local market, often with an emphasis on free-range or traditional farming methods. The barns on these farms in this farming documentary are designed to be both comfortable and efficient, often featuring open-plan structures with natural ventilation to keep the pigs cool and healthy. The investment in such a farm can be significant, with initial costs for land, barns, and equipment often exceeding $250,000, depending on the size of the operation. These farms rely heavily on both modern technology and long-standing practices to ensure a successful and sustainable business. On family farms in the West Highlands, pigs are typically fed a mixture of grains, cereals, and root vegetables, with barley, oats, and potatoes being common staples. Farmers also supplement their diet with whey from dairy production or local byproducts to ensure balanced nutrition. As Christmas approaches, the feeding regime intensifies, with pigs being given extra portions of higher energy foods, such as maize or specially formulated pig feed, to help them gain weight in preparation for processing. This period of increased feeding typically lasts for several weeks, leading up to the Christmas season, ensuring that the pigs are in peak condition for the traditional Christmas pig cutting.
How best to raise pigs in cold weather for fast growth?
In this farming documentary, farmers said that the goal is not only to increase the pig size and yield, but also to ensure the quality of meat for the festive meals. In the Highlands, pigs are typically transported to the processing facility about a week before Christmas, after they have reached their ideal weight of 250 to 300 pounds. Farmers ensure that pigs are handled carefully during transport, adhering to UK animal welfare regulations, which require at least 0.75 square meters of space per pig in the transport vehicle and minimal travel time to reduce stress. For British farmers, this is a moment filled with mixed emotions. There is a sense of pride in raising healthy, strong animals, but also a deep understanding of the responsibility they have in ensuring the process is respectful and ethical. Many farmers describe the Christmas pig cutting ceremony as a bittersweet part of the farming cycle, a time of hard work, celebration, and connection to tradition. Knowing that the fruits of their labor will bring people together for joyous feasts. There is a sense of satisfaction in giving back to the community, but also an awareness of the delicate balance between tradition, livelihood, and animal welfare. Christmas pork processing is a careful and traditional affair. As Christmas approaches, farmers select pigs that have reached their ideal weight, usually around 9 to 12 months old. These pigs are raised with the aim of being balanced, ensuring a healthy lean-fat ratio of around 60/40, ideal for producing delicious and tender meat. The whole family is often involved in the process, with several generations working together to process the meat for festive feasts. The first step is to carefully process the pig with different cuts made for a variety of products, such as sausages, bacon, and ham. With families on a large scale, most will process between 1 and 3 pigs for their Christmas feasts. These items are often seasoned with locally grown herbs and spices. And hams are traditionally cured in a mixture of salt and sugar before being smoked or hung to age. The whole process reflects authentic British tradition, with farmers proudly providing for their families and communities. This farming documentary captures the spirit of these time-honored traditions, showing how the hard work of a small pig's farm continues to bring people together at Christmas. Local pigs farmer Dave D tells us how happy he and his family are to be able to use their own animals for such an important holiday. Do you have any of these beautiful traditions in your area? Share them with Trending Farm in the comments. In Britain, preparing pork for Christmas parties is a cherished tradition that dates back centuries, rooted in both practicality and celebration.
We're getting our really super crispy crackling.
Pigs were once an essential source of sustenance, and the festive season offered an opportunity to showcase the bounty of the year's harvest in the farming documentaries. On Christmas Eve, families gather in the kitchen, where the air is filled with laughter and excitement as they prepare the feast together. The chef's intention is to highlight the rich, savory flavors of the pork, roasting it to perfection with golden, crispy crackling. Dishes like roast pork with applesauce, pigs in blankets, and ham glazed with honey and mustard are carefully prepared and presented, each with its own significance. As the meal is laid out, there's a strong sense of sharing, not just the food, but the joy and memories of the season. Family members, young and old, come together to enjoy the meal, swapping stories and offering gratitude for the work that has gone into the meal. This shared experience fosters connection, with everyone contributing to the creation of something greater than just food. It's a celebration of love, tradition, and togetherness. The journey of giant bison from field to table begins with a carefully managed process designed to uphold ethical standards and maximize product quality. Processing typically starts with stress-free handling to minimize harm and maintain the integrity of the meat, followed by precision methods to ensure every part of the animal is utilized efficiently and respectfully. Specialized facilities handle these massive animals with equipment designed for their size, maintaining strict hygiene and safety standards to meet regulatory requirements. The resulting meat is prized for its lean texture, rich flavor, and nutritional benefits, offering higher protein, lower fat, and fewer calories compared to beef. However, scaling up processing operations presents significant challenges, including adhering to evolving regulations and overcoming logistical hurdles in marketing such a unique product. In 2023 U.S., bison meat consumption rose by 15%. Driven by growing consumer demand and increased exports to Europe and Asia. Chefs and diners increasingly view bison as a premium, sustainable protein. Sustainable protein, celebrating its environmental benefits and connection to heritage farming. In this farming documentary, we delve into how these meticulous processes provide bison meat that meets both safety regulations and growing consumer demand for sustainable protein. In the United States, beef processing facilities adhere to strict sanitation standards set by the USDA. With more than 6,200 facilities operating under hazard analysis and critical control point HACCP plans to identify and mitigate food safety risks. These facilities are regularly inspected to ensure equipment cleanliness, worker hygiene, and compliance with sanitation protocols. For bison processing, animals must meet specific health and weight criteria, typically between 1,000 and 2,200 pounds, to ensure meat quality while maintaining ethical practices. Custom equipment is often required to handle the larger size of bison compared to cattle, while still maintaining USDA food safety standards. The giant bison is a fascinating subject in any farming documentary, standing out from conventional livestock with its enormous size, exceptional resilience, and unique nutritional needs. Weighing up to 2,200 pounds, the animals dwarf conventional cattle, which average 1,200 to 1,500 pounds, and require 3 to 4 acres of grazing land compared to the 2 acres needed for cattle. Techniques for raising giant bison focus on genetic improvements, such as increased muscle growth and adaptability to different climates, combining cutting-edge science with traditional farming expertise. Despite their natural vigor, farmers still face challenges in providing enough space, ensuring the right balance of nutrient-rich forages and supplements, and accessing specialized veterinary care for these giant animals. By highlighting these unique biological characteristics and the efforts behind raising them, and farming documentary can explore the complexities and rewards of working with this remarkable livestock. On bison ranches across the United States, these hardy animals are raised on vast pastures, typically spanning 1,000 to 5,000 acres, where rotational grazing systems support their health and the soil's ability to regenerate. Bison herds are typically managed at densities of 10 to 50 animals per acre, depending on the terrain and available resources. Bison farmers often emphasize their uniquely wild nature. The animals are less domesticated than cattle and require more space and less intervention. with the ability to withstand temperatures ranging from -40 degrees in the winter to over 100 degrees in the summer. They are especially prized for their resilience to harsh climates. Raising bison is not just about cattle management, it's about preserving a part of America's heritage, and one farmer said in the farming documentary. Noting that bison thrive on native grasses, which significantly reduces feed costs compared to traditional cattle. The diet and care of bison are carefully managed to ensure they maintain optimal health, while controlling their weight, especially as they grow larger than standard cattle. Bison primarily graze on nutrient-rich grasses, with supplemental feed provided during harsh winters or when pasture quality is low. Modern equipment, such as automated feeding systems and weight tracking technology, is used to monitor their growth and adjust their diet accordingly. On average, a bison consumes around 25 pounds of forage per day, and farmers typically allocate about 3 acres of pasture per animal to meet its grazing needs. The cost of feeding bison is higher than for traditional cattle due to their larger size and specific nutritional requirements. With annual feed costs for one bison averaging between $500 to $700. Additionally, bison require regular veterinary care and access to clean water, which further increases farm management costs. But the investment ensures healthier herds and higher quality meat production.